Japanese homes are missing things you've had your whole life, and your life might actually be better without them. A kitchen counter with nothing on it, a floor clean enough to eat off of, a trash system so precise the whole neighborhood follows the same schedule, a front door that stops the outside world completely. These aren't design trends. They're decisions the West never thought to make. Last time we covered 15 things Japanese homes simply don't have. The response was massive. People were surprised. Some were genuinely uncomfortable because once you see how much the West has normalized the clutter, the noise, the wasted space you can't unsee it. But that list was just the beginning. Today, we're counting down 15 more things Japanese homes don't have and whether the West should finally let them go. Number one will change the way you think about your own front door forever. Number 15, the counter that's always buried. Look at your kitchen counter right now: toaster, coffee maker, air fryer, knife block, paper towels. Most of it hasn't moved in months. But here's what's interesting: in Japanese kitchens, the counter is empty. Not because they cook less, not because they own less. Because the moment an appliance is done being used, it goes back inside a cabinet. The rule is simple: if it's not in use right now, it shouldn't be visible. Studies show cluttered surfaces raise stress levels, even when you've stopped noticing them. Your brain is still tracking every single item, still treating it as unfinished business. One designer who made this switch said her kitchen felt twice as large. Same room, same size, zero walls moved. Your counter didn't become a storage unit on purpose. It happened one appliance at a time, and at some point, you just stopped noticing. Number 14, furniture that never moves. Most Western living rooms were set up once and never touched again. Sofa facing the TV, table locked in the center, rug sealing everything in place. That room has one job, and it does that one job forever. But here's the thing: Japanese homes use furniture built to fold, stack, and completely disappear. Low tables fold flat in seconds. Cushion seating stacks into a closet. Sliding panels turn one room into two or open two into one. In a 380 square foot Tokyo apartment, a family of three eats dinner at a table that folds away by 9 p.m. That same floor becomes a play space, then a guest room. Three functions: one room, no wasted space. Western furniture is built around permanence. Japanese furniture is built around use. That's not minimalism. That's a smarter way to live. You didn't run out of space, you just stopped questioning what the room could do. Number 13, the one bin trash system. Here's a question most people never stop to ask: where does your trash actually go? One bin, maybe two, and from there, mostly into the ground. Nearly 70% of American household waste ends up in a landfill. But here's the interesting part: Japanese households sort waste into at least 4 or 5 categories every single day: burnable, non burnable, recyclables, hazardous, oversized. Some towns push past 40 categories. The bins are hidden, labeled, and tied to a strict weekly schedule. Nothing goes in the wrong place. The habit runs automatically, like brushing your teeth. Japan sends roughly 16% of its waste to landfill. The US sends close to 70%. A woman who moved from Canada to Japan called her first week waste culture shock. Her building manager handed her an 8-page sorting guide. Within a month, it felt completely automatic, and her kitchen felt noticeably cleaner. One bin isn't a system. It's just easier to not think about it. Number 12, the home that smells like products. Walk into most Western homes and you'll smell something: a candle, a plug-in diffuser, scented laundry, fabric spray, sometimes all four hitting you at once. But here's what most people miss: those products aren't fixing anything, they're covering something up. Many synthetic air fresheners actually contain compounds that reduce indoor air quality. You think you're freshening the air, yet you're not. You're trading one problem for a chemical version of another. Japanese homes don't use any of it. Natural wood materials carry a mild, clean scent on their own. Windows get opened daily. Cleanliness is handled at the source, not sprayed over afterward. An interior designer who visited a traditional Japanese inn said it smelled only of wood and fresh air. No products, no effort, just a home that was actually clean. If your home needs a product to smell acceptable, something upstream hasn't been solved yet. Number 11, the room. Nobody really uses. Be honest with yourself. How many times a year do you sit in your formal dining room? 4 times? Maybe 6? And yet there it is, furnished, heated, and lit, sitting empty for the other 360 days. Most Japanese homes don't have one. The kitchen, dining area, and living space are merged into a single open zone. Cooking flows straight into eating flows straight into relaxing. No separate room, no wasted space waiting for a holiday. A family in the UK knocked out the wall between their kitchen and dining room. Their architect said it was the one change that most improved how they actually lived. They hadn't used that dining room formally in 3 years. The formal dining room was designed for a lifestyle most Western families stopped living decades ago. It's still there because no one questioned it. You're heating and lighting a room that functions 4 days a year and calling it essential. Number 10, a television in every room. The average Western home has more than two televisions: bedroom, living room, kitchen, kids' room. Screens multiplied because convenience multiplied. But here's what multiplied with them: isolation. Family members drift into separate rooms, separate shows, separate evenings. The home quietly became a building full of people watching different screens alone. Japanese homes, especially in cities, run on one shared screen. The TV lives in the living room, nowhere else. Bedrooms are for sleeping. The home's design draws that line, without any rules needed. Research confirms a bedroom TV directly disrupts sleep. The stimulation delays your brain from switching off, even after the screen goes dark. One family in the US pulled the bedroom TV as a 2-week test. Both parents fell asleep faster within days. The kids started reading again at night. They never put the TV back. The second screen didn't add comfort. It made it easier to be alone inside your own home, and nobody noticed until it was gone. Number 9, the home that never stops running. Your home is louder than you realize. The heating hums all day. The dishwasher runs mid-conversation. The washing machine spins through dinner. The fridge clicks and buzzes every few minutes. You've tuned it out, but your body hasn't. Low-level background noise is directly tied to elevated stress hormones. It doesn't need to annoy you to affect you. The sound registers, the body responds, every single day. Japanese homes treat quiet as a design choice, not a lucky accident. Appliances run at scheduled times. Quieter machines get chosen on purpose. Silence is something that gets planned for. A sound engineer in Melbourne measured his kitchen at rest. Nothing running. 52 decibels, louder than a quiet library. After changing 2 appliances and adjusting his routine, he said his home felt like a completely different place. Same walls, same rooms, completely different experience. You stopped hearing the noise years ago. That doesn't mean it stopped affecting you. If you're enjoying this so far, tap like. It tells YouTube you want more of Japan's clever everyday innovations. And if you love discovering things you didn't even know existed, hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this list. Trust me, the next ones are even better. Number 8, wall-to-wall carpet. Here's something most people never think about. When was the last time your carpet was professionally cleaned? Dust, pet dander, pollen, bacteria tracked in from outside. Years of daily life pressed deep into fibers your vacuum can't reach. Most Western households deep clean their carpet once every few years. Some, never. Japanese homes almost never use wall-to-wall carpet. Hard flooring is the standard. Wood, tile, woven matting. And because shoes come off at the entrance, almost nothing from outside ever reaches the interior floor. One study found carpeted homes carry up to 40% more airborne dust than hard floor homes. A family in Texas switched to hardwood in their main living areas. Their youngest child had mild asthma. 6 months later, 0 incidents. First stretch like that in 2 years. Their allergist said the flooring was likely the reason. Carpet feels cleaner than it is. Hard floors show you exactly what's there. So you remove it and it's actually gone. You've been maintaining a surface that holds onto the very things you're trying to clean away. Number 7, the room that does only one thing. Every Western home has at least one room that serves a single purpose, and barely even does that. The guest room, the home office, the formal lounge, furnished, heated, maintained. Used a few times a year at best. In many Western homes, these rooms sit empty more than 90% of the time. Japanese rooms have no fixed identity. A bedroom in the morning becomes a workspace by noon. By evening, a guest room. The furniture changes, the function follows. Sleeping mats roll away in under a minute. Floor cushions stack in 2. No contractor, no renovation, no plan needed. A couple in Ontario downsized from 2,400 square feet to 1,100, built around this idea. They used every room every single day in the new home. In the old one, they lived in two rooms. The guest room isn't generous. It's a full room given away to a visitor who shows up twice a year. Number 6. The paper that keeps piling up. Pull open your junk drawer right now. Old receipts, bank statements, a takeout menu from a place that might not exist anymore, instruction manuals for appliances you might not even own. Paper is the number one clutter problem in Western homes. Most of it is never filed, never used, never thrown away. It just keeps stacking. And here's why that actually matters. Every unprocessed pile is a stack of open decisions your brain quietly tracks all day. It registers each one as unfinished, as something still waiting on you. Japanese households follow one rule with paper. Every document has a clear home, or it leaves within 24 hours. Bills go digital. Manuals get looked up online. Nothing stays without a reason. A professional organizer in Chicago spent 3 full sessions on paper alone with one couple, 4 recycling bags. None of it was anything they actually needed. The husband said it felt more relieving than clearing out any other part of the house. The junk drawer isn't storage. It's where decisions go to quietly wait forever. Number 5. The overflow room. 1 in 7 American homes has a room nobody can fully walk into. Not under renovation, just full. The spare bedroom is now the storage bedroom. The basement became a second attic. The garage hasn't fit a car in years. Japanese homes don't have overflow space. Storage is designed exactly where things actually get used. Drawers built into the bed frame. Shelving recessed into the wall. Hidden compartments inside every staircase step. Everything has a home right where it belongs. And when there's no overflow room to fall back on, something shifts. You stop holding on to things that don't have a place. The limit creates the discipline, without any effort. An architect in Sydney built her own home with zero overflow storage, completely intentional. 3 years later, she called it the most functional home she'd ever lived in. Nothing sat in limbo. The overflow room doesn't fix a storage problem, it just gives everything you're unsure about a reason to never leave. Number 4, heating rooms nobody is in. Without looking, how many rooms in your home are being heated right now? All of them, probably. The empty bedroom, the unused hallway, the dining room nobody's been in since this morning. Western central heating runs on one setting, one thermostat, one temperature, every room, all day long. It doesn't check which rooms are occupied, it doesn't slow down, it just runs. You're not heating a home, you're heating a floor plan. Japanese homes heat by room, not by house. One wall unit in the living room. A small heater where the family actually sits. Nothing running where no one is. Heat follows people, not walls. UK research found room by room heating cuts energy costs by an average of 20% annually. In some homes, up to 31%. A homeowner in the UK made the switch. His energy bill dropped 22% in the very first winter, and every room he used stayed warm. Right now, your system is heating rooms no one is sitting in, and you're paying for every single one of them, every single month. Number 3, furniture that just looks good. Walk through your home slowly enough and count the objects that serve no real purpose. The accent chair nobody sits in, the large vase holding nothing, the shelf lined with things that haven't been touched in years. Every single one arrived with good intentions, and every single one is now just taking up space. Research shows visual clutter directly competes with your ability to focus. Every non-functional object creates a small mental tax. Your brain registers it, briefly, unconsciously, every time your eyes pass over it. Multiply that across a whole room. The load builds quietly all day without you ever knowing. Japanese design runs on one rule: an object earns its place through real use, or through genuine personal meaning. Looking good is not enough. A designer who moved from London to Kyoto said unpacking felt like forced editing. Her furniture arrived, and almost none of it belonged. She kept 12 items. She said it was the first home she never once wanted to rearrange. The West decorates by adding. Japan decorates by deciding what actually deserves to stay. You didn't design your home, you collected it. One impulse purchase at a time. Number 2, storage that was bolted on later. Western homes treat storage as something you figure out after you move in. Wardrobes pushed against walls, shelving units wedged into corners, garage racks added once the house is already overflowing. The storage fights the room instead of belonging to it. In Japanese homes, storage is part of the architecture. It's designed before the furniture arrives, built into the structure itself. Walls hold shelving recessed flush with the surface. Floors open up with hidden compartments. Beds lift on hydraulic frames to reveal full storage underneath. Every staircase step hides a pull-out drawer. The storage disappears into the home so completely. Rooms feel open even when fully loaded. A contractor in New Zealand rebuilt a small home this way. Drawers under every stair, a recessed pantry, a hydraulic bed frame. Not a single square foot was added. The owner said it felt like a brand new home. A 600 square foot Japanese apartment can hold just as much as a 1,000 square foot Western home and still feel completely open. The room was never too small. The storage was just never properly planned. Number 1, the front door that lets everything in. Everything in your home, you brought in with you. Think about that for a second. Every surface you touch, every floor your kids crawl across, every rug, every mat, every inch of bare floor under your feet. It all connects back to one moment. The moment you walk through your front door, the shoe's still on. Studies have found over 400,000 bacteria per square inch on the bottom of a regular outdoor shoe. That includes harmful pathogens from parking lots, public bathrooms, and sidewalks. Homes where shoes stay on inside carry measurably higher levels of pesticides, heavy metals, and bacteria, spread across every floor surface in the house. But here's what Japan does differently. Every Japanese home, and from the smallest studio to the largest house, has a dedicated entrance zone right at the front door. Shoes come off here every time, no exceptions. The outside world stops at that line. Everything past it is treated as clean space. And it's not just practical, it's psychological. Taking off your shoes signals a shift. Outside, life ends here. Home begins here. A pediatrician in the US started recommending this after reviewing floor contamination studies. She said the most common response was, "We've always worn shoes inside." And that was exactly her point. A habit so normal it had become invisible. The families who made the change said it took less than 2 weeks to feel automatic. 2 weeks to stop bringing the outside world into every room of their home. The West never drew that line. Not because it doesn't matter, but because nobody stopped to question it. Your home doesn't begin in the living room. It begins the moment you decide what gets to come inside. If you want to keep discovering the smartest ideas Japan has to offer, hit like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the next video on your screen. It's packed with even more jaw-dropping ideas you won't believe exist.